Well, hello. It is the year 2020, and hopefully you are rolling in today, grateful for something at least that happened to you last year, excited for the year ahead, and hopefully not too hungover. If one of your resolutions is to get out of debt, stay out of debt, and learn to manage your money more effectively, then you are in the right place. For this is going to be the start of a 30-day course in how to learn to manage your money more effectively. Hurrah! Day 1 of 30. Your first instinct is probably to reach for your calculator or to reach for the spreadsheets and the pile of bills that have been amassing somewhere in your kitchen. But instead, I invite you to take some time out today. Take 5 minutes or 5 hours, whatever you've got free, and take some time to visualise what a life with no money worries would be like. Now for some that might be sitting on their own private island with a long fruity drink with one of those little umbrellas and a swizzling stick in it, beautiful sunshine beating down. For others it might be quitting their job and working as a volunteer in a refugee camp for a year. For some it might be quitting their 9-to-5 job and starting a new business venture. For some it might be quitting their 9-to-5 job and becoming a stay-at-home dad. For others it might be just being able to do simple things like buy your kids football boots whenever their feet grow, and to be able to fix that hole in the kitchen ceiling, and just to know that you've got 6 months of expenses squirreled away so if there was anything bad to happen you have a safety blanket, a financial safety blanket to help you with any sort of eventuality. It doesn't matter what it is. It might be something really grand, it might be something that you feel is supremely selfish, doesn't matter. Write down how you think you could visualise your life if you had no problems with debt and if you could manage your money totally effectively so that you knew where every pound, every penny, every dollar, every yen was going. Now there are different ways you can approach this. If you are a single person, by all means sit down by your own single self and think of your wildest dreams and how you can make them happen. If you're in a couple and maybe one of you doesn't know about the debt or the financial problems that you're in, it's okay to do this exercise by yourself. And once you've maybe figured out how you're going to tell them or what the plan of action is about how you've managed to amass some debt, or you're bringing debt into a relationship, maybe you've had a history of gambling or something, I don't know, there's all sorts of reasons why one person in a relationship wouldn't know about debts or money troubles, and we can get to that, and there are lots of other people that will help you on that. We'll get to it, to panic not. If you're in a couple where you're both in this together and you're both ready to make a change, by all means, make yourself a cup of tea, glass of wine, whatever, shot of tequila, sit down of an evening when you've got some peace and quiet, whether it's for 5 minutes or 50 minutes, and write down what your dream, most peaceful, argument-free life would be. It can be as wild as you like, all right? I want you to have something to aim for. I want you to be able to visualise something. I want you to be able to have a goal. For me, my absolute dream is to have security of knowing that I've got money in the bank, so that because I'm a freelance artist, if the art or the work dries up for a while, I know I've got a cushion to maybe rethink my plan, rethink what I need to do. It also means I could walk away from a job if I really hate it, or if I'm working with people who are really unhealthy to be around. It also means that I can give my child the education that I want to be able to give him. And it also means that one of my great plans is that my family can go on sabbatical, and we can go travelling to far-flung places in this beautiful planet that I call home, although some would argue I'm not quite from this planet. So it's totally unique. For me, it doesn't mean yachts and fancy Louboutins. For you, it might mean yachts and Louboutins, and that's okay. This is yours, this is your dream, and no one else can interfere with it, all right? Including you internet trolls. You cannot take this away from them either. But Rhiannon, you said you were going to offer us simple and effective and practical ways to get out of debt, stay out of it, and manage our money better. Of course I will do that, but first, I just want to acknowledge that at some point during this money journey, things might feel overwhelming, and that's okay and that's normal. And if it feels overwhelming, it just means actually you've realised what the problem is and now you're going to be able to solve it. But before we get into all the overwhelming stuff that feels like the world is crashing down and it's awful, awful, awfulness, I want you to visualise the positive things that can come out of this, all right? Things that you can work towards, either by reducing your spending and figuring out what you really want to spend your money on when you're out of debt, or by thinking of other ways to increase your income. So as a disclaimer, I am not an accountant, I am not a financial advisor, I'm not an economist, I have no qualifications around money, I'm an opera singer, totally unqualified to teach anyone anything about money. However, I have been terrible with money for most of my life. I have amassed quite a lot of debt, and I have learned how to be much better with money, how to save, and I've paid off debt with my husband. We have both done it, but I think it's fair to say, and I think you would agree with me, that I've been the driving force behind it, probably because I was worse with it, in fairness. So think of me as your friend down the pub who's here to help you increase your growth mindset around money. Now, if you're not quite sure what a growth mindset is, I will add a link down there. There's also a great book called Mindset by a woman called Carol Dweck. She's awesome and teaches all over the world about growth mindset now. If you've got kids, the school that they're at probably talk about growth mindset. You're probably fed up about it, but it's such an important thing. Your situation can change, and that's why this visualization exercise will be so useful for you. So take some time off today, 5 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever it is, and jot down, write it down. That's the most important thing. If you are writing it down on a scrapper piece of paper, that's fine. If you've got a beautiful new notebook that you got for Christmas, that's totally fine also. Heck, if you're writing it in Braille or uploading it via voice to your computer, that's also fine. Do whatever you need to do, but write it down. Get it down as a record, because it will start to get you to internalise the possibilities of what will happen when you're better with your money. So that is your only challenge today, is to spend that time visualising what would happen if you were better with money, if you were debt-free. What could happen? What would you want? How would you grow? How would your family be better? How would your life be better? It should be exciting. Go crazy. The sky is your limit. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You reach for the stars and you just might catch the moon. That's so cheesy. It's true though, isn't it? If you reach for the stars, you just might catch the moon. That's it for today. I am going to upload this now and I'll be back with you tomorrow, and I promise tomorrow we'll get down to some numbers. But today I really want you to start visualising that and thinking about the goals, because if you don't have a why, you won't be motivated to stay on track. So what is your why? What could change? How could your life be better? If you've enjoyed this video and you would like to subscribe to the rest of this series, please give me a big thumbs up down below, and can you also hit subscribe for more videos. If you've got any questions or suggestions, I'm still finalising this series as I go, so please let me know what your suggestions are in the comments box, and hopefully I can incorporate some of them into my later videos. Finally, if you feel your situation is really bad and it's out of control and you just need some immediate help, I'm going to put the links to some organisations that can help you with that. They're all UK based, so I'm afraid I'm not quite sure what they are in the US and in other countries, but I'm sure a quick Google search could let you know about some charities that can help you if you feel your financial situation is really dire and you just need to get it sorted like yesterday, all right? If you are in that situation, my heart goes out to you. And remember, if you're ever in a totally desperate situation and you really need someone to talk to and you're in the UK, please call the Samaritans. Their number is 116 123. That's 116 123, and they operate 24/7, 365 days a year, and they will speak to you, and they're used to talking to people who've got monetary problems as well. Money matters, and you're not silly for being worried about it and for being worried sick about it, but please go and get some help, because there are people that want to help you and they want to listen, all right? Have a wonderful rest of your day, my frugal bees, and I hope those hangovers go okay for you if you are hungover. I luckily had the flu, so I was drinking Fanta all night last night. Woo, party girl! I did have some champagne at New Year's Eve on the strike of the clock. Happy New Year.